This is Tank's Vlog, April 11th, 2019, wrapping up the day in sports. It's all for the marbles now, as the Stanley Cup playoffs began on Wednesday. Sadly, no Devils, though with the number one pick, I don't think we're going to be missing the postseason too often in the next few years. I think the Devils have a chance to become something really special, especially if they do the right thing and draft Jack Hughes. So let's get ready to rumble. Stanley Cup playoffs. Tampa Bay Lightning set an NHL or tied an NHL record with 62 wins. The obvious favorite to win the Stanley Cup, and they came out smoking. 3 goals, first period. 3-0 lead, building going crazy, playing the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have never won a playoff series. But what happened? They took the foot off the gas. Columbus scored 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and oh my God, the Columbus Blue Jackets stole Game 1 in Tampa. Could this be another year where the President's Trophy team goes... I mean, you want to talk about choking? The President's Trophy is like the ultimate kiss of death in the NHL. More and more every year, it's like a burdensome. And if Tampa Bay fails to win the Stanley Cup this year, you might be seeing teams like avoid the Stanley Cup like it's the President's Trophy, like it's the plague. All seemed right in the world at Nassau Coliseum on Wednesday, as the New York Islanders did not start the playoffs in Brooklyn. No, they started the playoffs back at the Old Barn Nassau Coliseum, taking on the Penguins. And what a game it was. The first overtime game of this postseason. Probably many more overtime games to come. And it was the Islanders. It didn't go too long, less than 5 minutes, but they got the game winner on Josh Bailey's goal, beating Pittsburgh 4-3. Robin Lanier, big night, 41 saves. And that was very important for the Islanders just to get some confidence, especially with the Penguins' playoff pedigree. Blues scored twice in the third period to stun the Jets in Winnipeg 2-1. It was the Stars shooting past the Predators 3-2. Some of the top teams have lost today. It was absolutely a stunning beginning. And in San Jose, the Sharks, who last year lost to the Golden Knights, came out with a lot of energy and scored 3 goals in the second period to pull away to beat Vegas 5-2. Now we'll have the other series begin on Thursday. 3 other series begin Thursday. And that's the Bruins Maple Leafs, another rematch from last year. The Capitals, the defending Stanley Cup champions, taking on the Hurricanes, those jerks. And the Flames against the Avalanche. The Flames, of course, were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. 30 years removed from their 1 Stanley Cup championship. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. NBA playoffs begin on Saturday, and the regular season came to a wrap on Wednesday. Heat, not playoff bound. Dwayne Wade's NBA career is over, scoring 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, a triple-double in his final game. But it wasn't enough, as the Brooklyn Nets, playoff-bound, 6th seed, 42-40. What a fantastic season for Brooklyn. Won the game 113-94. The Knicks ended their disastrous season with a 115-89 loss to the Pistons, and the Pistons are the 8th seed in the East. It was the Pacers squeezing their way past the Hawks 135-134. The Magic, they're playoff bound, beating the Hornets, who needed a win and some help to get in, but the Hornets got neither, as the Magic won the game 122-114, finishing 42-40. It's their first winning season in ages, as they've made the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. It was the 76ers, 125-109 over the Terribles. The Grizzlies beat the Warriors 132-117, though the Warriors were the number one seed in the West, two-time NBA champion, seeking a third. Really probably weren't focused on winning this game very much. The Thunder beat the Bucks 127-116, despite the loss. Milwaukee is the top record in the NBA this year at 60-22. It was the Spurs 105-94 winners over the Mavericks, as Dirk Nowitzki's career ended with 20 points, 10 rebounds. The Nuggets were 99-95 winners over the Timberwolves. It was the Clippers 143-137 winners over the Jazz. And the Trailblazers 136-131 winner over the Kings. So NBA season playoffs begin on Saturday, and of course the big story is Magic Johnson's bizarre resignation from the Lakers. And I saw that press conference, and I just got wanting to say, ha 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 ha. And of course, Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, absolute locks to be Hall of Famers. Dwayne Wade, a superstar, helped the Heat win 3 NBA championships. Dirk Nowitzki helped Dallas win 1 NBA championship and is the all-time international leading scorer. So there we have 2 great NBA careers ending on Wednesday night. Baseball. Mets, after Jacob deGrom's poor performance on Tuesday, had Noah Syndergaard on the mound, needing a bounce-back win as they ended their 5-game homestand and head for another long road trip. Mets play a lot of road games in April this year, it seems. And for most of the game, Noah Syndergaard was outstanding. Only allowed 1 run over the first 7 innings as the Mets built a 9-1 lead, getting some help from poor pitching as the Twins walked the ballpark, and a big hit by Wilson Ramos was part of the 6-run 5th. But in the 8th, Noah Syndergaard looked like he was done, and he actually had what was a pretty good start kind of tarnished, although he got the win. Perhaps should not have pitched the 8th inning, as the Twins almost came back and certainly put a scare on the Mets. Edwin Diaz, out in a non-safe situation, gave up a homer in the 9th, as the Mets held on to beat the Twins 9-6. Meanwhile, in Houston, the Astros completed a 3-game sweep of the Yankees, who are 5-7. Not good. Yankees bullpen was thoroughly exposed in Houston as the Astros just dominated the series. So far, 6-0 at home. It was the Rangers 5-2 winners over the Diamondbacks. The Tigers beat the Indians 4-1. Tigers off to a surprisingly good start at 8-4. Tampa Bay Rays so far leading the East with a 10-3 record, pummeled the White Sox 9-1. It was the Padres 3-1 winners over the Giants. The Reds over the Marlins 2-1. The A's beat the pathetic Orioles 10-3, as their Chris Davis is better than your Chris Davis. Yes, that's Chris Davis with a K. Got 2 home runs with 4 RBIs, while Chris Davis with a C continued to sit mercifully. Of course, the Chris Davis that sat for the Orioles is 0 for his last 49 MLB record 49 consecutive at-bats without a base hit, and he's one of the highest paid players in baseball. Oh my. It was the Nationals pummeling the Phillies 10-15-1. His former Philly Jeremy Hellickson got the win. Cardinals over the Dodgers 7-2. Pirates made the Cubs walk the plank 5-2 in Wrigley Field. Cubs still 3-8, still struggling. Mariners continued their strong start, beating the Royals 6-5. It was the Angels 4-2 winners over the Brewers. Brewers have struggled in Anaheim. And due to poor weather, the Braves and Rockies were postponed because of snow in Denver. Today's three stars are Miro Heiskanen of the Stars, who had 2 goals in the win over Nashville. Chris Davis with a K, 2 home runs, 4 RBI for the A's, and Josh Bailey, who had the game-winning overtime goal in the first overtime game of the postseason for the New York Islanders. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the man with the bleach gun, the man who won 2 Cy Youngs with the Royals and came to the Mets and attacked the Riders with a super soaker filled with bleach. Of course, Brett Saberhagen's Mets career shouldn't be tarnished that bad. He was a very good control pitcher, playing on a team without much control, and it really didn't go as good as the Mets could have expected, although the Mets were just an absolute disintegration during the era in which he played for them. And Saberhagen, the 85 and 89 Cy Young winners in the American League, is now 55. Plus, he also was the World Series MVP in 1985. And we take a look back to 1989 when Ron Hextall of the Philadelphia Flyers became the first goalie to score a playoff goal, shooting it way down the ice into the empty net in the final minute of a game against the Washington Capitals. Check out the full story at Barstool Sports and its Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.